billion food import bill under the Feed Ghana project, urging institutions to grow what they eat.
A country like Ghana, we are an agrarian country and we can produce a lot to feed ourselves. God has given us this environment which supports agriculture. So I see no why we have to still import a lot of foodstuff.
And it's 14 days to the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, and the major sponsor, EcoBank Ghana PLC, talks about how you can own a home effortlessly.
We believe that home ownership should not just be a dream. Everybody must own a home, and there are very simple ways to do that.
Stay with me for the details of these stories and more. I am Ofori. This is Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. This afternoon, NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Enchiboisiakon, also known as Chairman Wuntumi, remains in custody 2 days after the High Court granted him 15 million cedi bail with 3 sureties, 2 of whom must be justified with landed property within the court's jurisdiction. He faces charges related to alleged illegal mining activities in the Tanot Nimri Forest and in Samraboy, all in the Western region. We'll speak to his lawyers shortly, but first, what are the bail conditions that Chairman Wuntumi has failed to meet? Kukwa Santi of our legal desk has the details on this report.
When the charges were read to Chairman Wuntumi in court on Tuesday, he pleaded not guilty to all the counts. In the first case, which relates to the alleged unauthorized assignment of mineral rights and facilitation of unlicensed mining, the Ashanti Regional MPP chairman was granted bail in the sum of 15 million cedis, with 3 sureties, 2 of whom must justify with landed property. The court further ordered that he be placed on the stop list at all points of exit, effectively barring him from traveling outside Ghana, and report to the CID investigators on the first and third Monday of every month. In the second case, Chairman Wuntumi faces accusations of illegal mining within the Tanot Nimri Forest Reserve, which allegedly resulted in the destruction of 13 hectares of land, the felling of over 300 trees, and the erection of unauthorized structures within the protected forest. For this case, he was granted bail in the sum of 10 million cedis, with 2 sureties, 1 of whom must justify with landed property. So in 2 cases, the bail sum 25 million cedis. After proceedings, Chairman Wuntumi was handcuffed and escorted by officers from the police CID. He has since remained in custody as his lawyers work to meet the bail conditions. 48 hours on, these conditions have not yet been fully satisfied, and Chairman Wuntumi remains in police custody pending the execution of his bail. Kweku Asante for Joy News.
Let's go on the phone lines now and speak to Andy Apiakubi, his lead lawyer for Chairman Wuntumi on this matter. Good afternoon and thank you for your time. Your client got bail on Tuesday. Has he regained his liberty as we speak?
Yes, good afternoon to you, and thank you for good afternoon to your cherished listeners. On the issue of bail, we know that he has been granted bail. We have been able to meet the conditions of the bail, except that the processing of the order is that which is delaying. And I mean, the execution of the order itself requires that we verify the properties used in the verification and subsequently also confirm the valuation attached to the properties. And these are done by state institutions. The delay is coming from those state institutions, and the difficulty that we have in meeting such challenges faced by the state institutions. One of such institutions is the Lands Commission that does the verification. In one of the properties we submitted, there were difficulties in locating the registration file. I'm told that it has been identified now, and the report is being sent to the registrar of the court. In the case of the Architecture and Engineering Services Limited, these documents have been sent there. They've conducted the various visits on various sites, and they are currently doing their reports. I'm told that the reports will be ready anytime soon and will be sent to the registrar of the court. So tentatively, we're hoping that the conditions will be fulfilled in the next hour or so, and that we will see the release of Chairman Wontumi within the day.
Okay, so to be clear, you say you're confident that you'll be able to secure bail for your client today if all these processes are successful.
No, the point is that bail has been secured already, but it is his release that we are hoping to have in the next few hours. My difficulty has been with the diligence that we expect in the processing of the order. And again, the challenges that every accused person admitted to bail will face in the event of a justification as part of the order of the court. That is what should attract national conversation. See whether we are able to remove all the barriers to an accused person's access to his rights upon the grant of the bail. That is the difficulty, but that is also an issue for another conversation. But for now, we've been able to meet all the bail conditions, waiting for the institutions to confirm so, and then we seek his release. Bail is granted. It is his release from custody that we are pursuing.
Andy Apiakubi is lawyer for Chairman Wontumi. Thank you so much for your time on the Midday News. Let's move on to other stories. And criminologist and lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Jones Opokuwari, has expressed concerns about potential mental health issues among the individuals behind the Wa serial killings, citing examples of serial killers worldwide who have been diagnosed with mental health conditions. Dr. Opokuwari suspects that the recent events in the Upper West region may follow a similar pattern. We'll hear from him shortly, but first, though, Upper West Regional Police Commander ACP Francis Yibari revealed at a press conference yesterday that 2 suspects were arrested in connection with the killing of a night security guard, with one of the suspects confessing to killing 15 people across the region. Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam has more in this report.
After weeks of intense intelligence, we have successfully arrested 2 suspects who are believed to be linked to these incidents of murders all over the municipality.
ACP Francis Yibari laid what the crack police investigators have unraveled, leading to the arrest of the first suspect, 25-year-old painter Mahmoud Al-Amin, followed by the arrest of the prime suspect, 30-year-old cobbler Sharif Abdullahi. Upper Regional Police Commander revealed that the prime suspect, who is an ex-convict, jailed for 2 years for unlawful entry and stealing at Bole, also allegedly murdered 6 others at Bole, Bomboy, and Banda Konta, all in the Savannah region.
The suspects later admitted during interrogation that he has killed 15 people in the Wa municipality since 2021. And that is prior to the recent killing of Issa Yahaya at Dobole. He further noted that he usually targets watchmen and mentally challenged persons. He confessed that he had killed 3 more mad men and 2 watchmen at Bole in the Savannah region, and a further 1 mad man in Banda and Kwanta, also in the Savannah region, and 1 mad woman in Bamboy, also in the Savannah region.
Both suspects are in the custody of the police, assisting with investigations. Suspect Mahmoud Al-Amin was however put before the One Magistrate Court, where he was remanded into police custody and to appear on October 21, 2025. Reporting for the News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And speaking on the AM show, Dr. Opokuwari said he was particularly surprised that the perpetrators were targeting individuals without any significant financial background, unlike most serial killers who often strike for monetary gain.
Well, if you look at the typology of serial killers, many of them have been diagnosed with certain mental conditions, especially schizophrenia. Okay, so a lot of times, if we are to do a proper assessment of these kind of guys, we need to also take into account their psychological state at any point in time. And now the typology involves as profiling who they are. So, for instance, we have those that we call the spree killers. Okay, they kill for fun. They get some kind of thrilling. And most of the time when you interview them, they will tell you that, look, they hear voices in their head that tells them to go and kill. I also see some form of, the classic typology of, serial killers who wants to, get some form of financial rewards. But then what is even most interesting is the choice of people this guy was targeting. Right. I mean, mad people and then watchmen. These are people that within our society, we don't see to be people who have any kind of financial gravity.
In other news this afternoon, persistent financial irregularities take center stage this afternoon as President Mahama is set to meet the Attorney General, Acting Chief Justice and other key state officials to seek lasting measures to curb the millions lost as detailed in the Auditor General's report annually. Speaking at the 12th Annual Conference of Chairpersons of Governing Boards and Councils, Chief Directors and Chief Executives organized by the Public Services Commission of Ghana in Ho, the President said the meeting will also focus on fast-tracking the prosecution of individuals implicated in such reports. Details of that shortly, but first, here's a report capturing how much the nation loses to financial irregularities captured in the Auditor General's report put before the Public Accounts Committee.
In 2024 alone, the Auditor General reported that Ghana lost a total of 2.1 billion cedis to various irregularities. Although this figure represents an improvement over the 2.4 billion cedis recorded in 2023, some key sectors have seen a significant rise in financial breaches. Payroll fraud, for instance, increased sharply from 14.5 million Ghana cedis in 2023 to 57.8 million cedis in 2024. Cash irregularities also doubled from 88.4 million to 177.8 million cedis, while debt and bad loans surged from 22.5 million to 188.7 million cedis.
You wrongfully paid monies. You wrongfully paid fiscally challenged transport allowance to somebody who is abled.
The government cannot pay for people to go for steady leave and then when they finish, they abscond. That is not fair. That is what we call corruption.
Former Auditor General Daniel Yao-Domelevo intensified sanctions during his tenure by surcharging offenders and recommending the prosecution of perpetrators.
Well, President Mahama, as we are aware, is expected to meet with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General and other key stakeholders to discuss what he describes as a final solution to the recurring mismanagement of public funds highlighted annually in the Auditor General's report. Our Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
Year after year, the Auditor General's reports reveal widespread financial irregularities across public institutions, a recurring issue that continues to drain the nation's resources. President John Mahama says enough is enough.
Recently, I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee, and it's so pathetic. Why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee, and then you hear all kinds of atrocious, things. I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report.
And Maxwell Agbagba, presidential correspondent, joins me in the studio with more. Maxwell, is the meeting happening?
Well, what we are picking up from our sources is that meeting is going to take place on October 20. I remember when the president was speaking yesterday, he mentioned that meeting will take place on Thursday. But the new information we are getting from our sources indicates that it's going to take place on October 20. But just some minutes ago, the Auditor General was spotted at the Jubilee House holding documents, a lot of documents believed to be audit reports from previous years. He's going to submit it to the presidency ahead of that crucial meeting that will be taking place. Now we are told October 20.
Okay, October 20, of course, we'll be following that meeting closely. We are joined on the telephone by former director of the Ghana School of Law, Kweku Asari. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time on the Midday News. First of all, what do you make of the president's decision?
It's inappropriate and politically incorrect. The simple reason that already there's a perception that the executive is in bed with the judiciary. And therefore, the president's observation, whether it's been actualized or not, would seem to lend credence to the petition of the two institutions that seems to be going on. And therefore, if I had my way, I would suggest to the president to exclude the Chief Justice from the meeting so as to isolate the judiciary from partisan politics. Secondly, should the meeting go ahead with the acting Chief Justice, the likely prosecution is going to be compromised because the civil actions that will lead to the wrongdoers being surcharged, to refund the misappropriated funds, may likely end up in court if the Chief Justice takes part in the meeting and the matter, goes or ends up in court. The perception would be that the executive, had a premeditated intent to cause some damage, to the reputation of the wrongdoer. So I am of the view that any such intended meeting, should exclude the Chief Justice.
Quick answer, Sari, former director of the Ghana School of Law. Thank you so much for speaking to us. You're listening to the Midday News. And it's 14 days to the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, and the major sponsor, EcoBank Ghana PLC, talks about how you can own a home effortlessly.
We believe that home ownership should not just be a dream. Everybody must own a home, and there are very simple ways to do that.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level dey go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community go win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
October welcomes you to the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025 at the Accra International Conference Center from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day. It's time to turn your home ownership dreams into a lived reality. Whether you're breaking ground, building up, or simply finishing your space, EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is designed with you in mind. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is powered by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and brought to you by Drive EVGH. Drive into a sustainable future. And supported by Virtual Security Africa. Security for all. Safety and home solutions. You think of a door? We have it. Superlock Technologies Limited. You deserve the best. DPS Pipes. Connecting you to life. Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited. Where quality meets value. Gold Key Properties. Transforming the landscape. Ayuda. Ghana's #1 services app. App Bako. Services Bebre. Special Gardens. Memorable Living. DBS Industries Limited. We truly are your roof experts. Door Masters, the best indoors. Lash Fortune Limited, unleashing luxury with perfection, one space at a time. LandlordAfrica.com, bringing the real estate industry to your doorstep. The Builders Market. Bathroom, get it right. Right House Energy Limited. Let's build smarter energy together. Masters in solar installation. Syntex Tank. Air strong, air tough. Automation Ghana. West Africa's choice for smart solution. Interplast. We make sure water reaches you. Even space. U-bent security. Doors, protecting lives and properties. Clifton Homes. Beautiful homes, wise investment. Western Villas, where dreams meet reality. MTN, everywhere you go. EcoBank Joint News Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it, own it, live it.
You're welcome back to the Midday News. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the government has taken a significant step towards boosting sports development in the country with a proposed sports fund. According to Sports Minister Kofi Idie-Adams, the fund will be financed through existing levies on player transfer fees, sport event proceeds, revenue from ticket sales, and other sporting activities rather than introducing new taxes. The ministry has submitted a bill to Cabinet seeking approval for the establishment of the Sports Fund. Speaking on PM Express last night, he said the Sports Fund aims to support sports development across the country, providing resources for athletes, coaches and sports infrastructure.
What we have proposed and Cabinet has approved is a sports fund.
A sports fund.
A sports fund.
But that must be funded somehow.
Yes.
You must find the money for the fund.
That's exactly so.
And so how you fund the money for that fund?
The draft bill proposed a number of sources. For example, we say A, allocations that Parliament will approve. Then a percentage of gate proceeds from sport activities.
Okay.
Then percentage of proceeds from transfer of athletes in Ghana and of Ghanaian athletes abroad.
That's interesting. What percentage?
Yeah.
Does the Act specify?
No, the Act itself will not state. It is the regulations that will bring about
subsequent to the passage
of this that you get. So a percentage of that. So if you transfer a player and the player earns maybe $1 million, a percentage of that will have to go into.
That's an interesting. Let's
The sports minister also shared his thoughts on Black Stars head coach Otuado's performance, saying the coach has been lucky, but the final decision on his tenure rests with the Ghana Football Association.
Well, he's been lucky, but there's still concerns.
What are the concerns?
Well, concerns that he himself, most times when we meet, there are some he will admit, maybe I should have done a substitution or I should have urged them on, or maybe I should have freed this person to play this role. And so there are concerns.
Well, it's frustration and fatigue at the Kumasi Resolution Center, where desperate parents have spent weeks chasing solutions to their unresolved school placement issues for the awards. Despite daily assurances from officials at the center, the aggrieved parents are yet to have their concerns addressed, leaving them frustrated. Some desperate parents are contemplating bribery as their last resort to have their children get into schools. We have been interacting with some of them.
I have frequented this place for the past 3 weeks. Some of us are working and we must leave the job to come sit here without any solutions to our challenge.
3 weeks. So it's too much.
3 weeks. They should tell us to pay cash. I didn't believe paying money, but now I think it is involved and I am ready to pay it.
Oh, so I can't say me choose kana. I bet you a plan board and I am for no question to go see the hard. Tam so me say me choose kana ya family bana metua.
Civil society organizations in northern Ghana sounded the alarm over the severe shortage of teachers in rural areas. According to the CSOs, the current teacher recruitment and deployment strategy has failed to address the disparities in teacher distribution, with 68% of vacancies remaining in rural areas. Addressing a press conference in Tamale, project manager of School for Life, Zuladin Amadou, attributed the issue to the centralized recruitment and deployment system, which he says is marred by red tape and delays. Martina Bugri has more.
Press engagement was convened by the Complementary Basic Education Alliance Northern Network for Education Development and supported by School for Life. The project manager of School for Life, Zulgadin Amadou, said the current decentralization of teacher recruitment and deployment is associated with bureaucratic red tapeism and delays.
Whilst existing teacher recruitment and deployment strategy and related policies are well intended, the outcomes have been undesirable. We know the following. The strategy and related policies have not been able to address the equity concerns, as around 68% of vacancies in this study remained in rural areas. Secondly, the quality of basic education was found to be low, as 4 out of 6 districts had over 70% of students who took the BECE in.
Now, the thought of owning a home often scares prospective homeowners due to cost, mortgage payment and maintenance. But major sponsor of the EcoBank Joy News Habitats Fair, EcoBank Ghana PLC, says special arrangements will be made for all prospective homeowners who visit their stand at the Accra International Conference Center from the 23rd to the 26th of this month.
At EcoBank, we do this because we believe that home ownership should not just be a dream. Everybody must own a home, and there are very simple ways to do that. And at this fair, we've always been talking about, we have our mortgage products, but our diaspora mortgage is what we are actually encouraging Ghanaians living abroad, professionals, that this is a product that is specially designed for you, 10 years of repayment. So you can really own a home back home without all the drama. So come meet with us, let's talk at EcoBank and help you get a home wherever you are.
And that's how we end the Midday News. I am Ofori. Good